Hi, everyone. We are back for another session in today's tech showcase. With me today, I have Ken from Fuel Cycle. But before I hand it on over to Ken, I just want to remind you of a few things. First, we've got that chat box. Go ahead and drop your LinkedIn. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And then we've got that Q&A box. If you have any questions, drop them there, and we'll get to them at the end. But Ken, now I will hand it on over to you.
Thanks, Bridget. How's everyone doing? My name is Ken, product manager here at Fuel Cycle. Thank you for joining today. For those unaware who Fuel Cycle is, we power leading insights communities to enable scalable and actionable insights. And now I did want to preface this tech showcase today by saying, I think that there are plenty of tools available that can enable quant and qual. But at Fuel Cycle, we believe that regardless of methodology, the tool is really only valuable when there is an accessible, trusted audience to tap into for that continuous stream of insights. Without a trusted audience, no tool will break down the fundamental barriers to quant and qual work. It is still too much time to turn around a project, to find the audience, to line up budgeting. Data quality and accessible audiences have always been at the forefront of what we offer. And insights communities fundamentally solve for those challenges. Just make it really easy to launch any research method you need, exceptional data quality, really easy to get insights out of the platform as well. And that's what we're all about at Fuel Cycle. And just speaking to our technology, the what we call the research engine, our best-in-class insights platform, is truly scalable quant and qual work to the biggest brands on the planet. Constantly building new features to simplify and automate workflows, which we'll get into in a bit. But we have a very ambitious generative AI roadmap that we'll talk to a little bit as well, and just enable that ability to tap into a vast ecosystem of partners and integrations. And also knowing that insight communities are just one audience, we also make it really easy to work with any audience, whether that is a panel or just a list that you have access to via a CRM or what have you. And before getting into any demoing, I did want to quickly illustrate the true volume and impact our tech has with customers. So one of our longtime customers, Abercrombie & Fitch, is a really great example of just how we help uncover and actionable insights for businesses. Abercrombie & Fitch needs no introduction. It's a legendary brand, and I'm sure most people are familiar with. The past 2 years have seen a huge resurgence in the company's popularity, relevance, and stock performance. This is in large part thanks to the insights uncovered in their Fuel Cycle community. They are a small but mighty team enabled by their ability to maintain an ongoing dialogue between their customers. 3 people, over 200 projects per year. I mean, those numbers really speak for themselves with respect to the power of the research engine. If you are interested in learning a bit more, you can find their case study on our website. But enough of that. Let's jump into the research engine and see some of these workflows come to life. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over to our platform. Here. All right, so I'm gonna start over here on the quantitative side, so you can see just how quickly teams like Abercrombie & Fitch are able to uncover insights across that really insane volume of projects. So I'm here, and throughout the demo today, I'll just be in a stage demo environment. So please excuse any silliness from our engineering team, but using our kind of tool agnostic platform, A&F can integrate their preferred survey tool, configure the projects to their selected audience, and they're off to the races. Surveys for them typically cover a wide range of trackers, trending topics. I'm here and just showing you all about the weather for demonstration purposes. But with Fuel Cycle as the team's real home base for insights, this repository of projects is ever accessible, dynamically building profiles of their customers across every survey question or research question that they're asking. So our quantitative reporting solution is really easy to gather and distill those insights. You'll see a lot of the important pieces to building out your story inside of our solution here, just starting with the table view, just quickly see your responses as they come in, clean your data in real time, get the numbers that you need. Our chart view here, again, just that quick read on your questions and really trying to enable customization, knowing that the way in which you frame your question is not the same way in which you would share that question with a stakeholder. We make it really easy to customize, reorder, change the display or visualization of any type of question that you're asking. And more at the presentation level, again, just helping build out that story. Again, knowing that the way that you order questions may not be the same how you would share it, or just some questions are straight up not as relevant to one audience or another. So the ability to quickly hide, show, reorder, really paramount to making insights easy to share, easy to work with. And you'll also notice, some of the unique points where Fuel Cycle differentiates here. What we call progressive profiling, the P2 for shorthand, is how we make it really simple to store and analyze data from any survey or research artifacts ran through Fuel Cycle. And I could give a whole webinar on our P2 engine. I'll perhaps save that for our friends at Greenbook as a cliffhanger for another webinar. But in short, any report you can pull in or filter against any past research project with your current research project, really with the flip of a switch. So again, really powerful stuff that you can customize, bring in previous projects or data points or just general profile points that you've collected or added from any tool that you integrate with, whether it's a CRM, a Salesforce, any profile point to overlay on top of our reporting. And yeah, so just to wrap it out on the quantitative, once that report is ready to go, it is as simple as sharing out a link to your stakeholder, regardless of whether they have an account with Fuel Cycle or not. It is a simple password protected URL. Or if you just want to pull that data down, put it in a different display, we make that really easy too. So again, all about making it easy to gather, prep, share out things all in one place. Now, in the second half of this year, you'll see us spending a lot of time and energy on enhancing, general customization, open-end analysis, leveraging generative AI. But that's the majority of our quantitative reporting there. Gonna switch gears now a bit into the realm of qual. I have two methodologies to show here, and just kind of back to our A&F example to provide context. If we just assume that the team, identified a significant change in a tracker study or a current event, again, leveraging those profiles they built out on their members, knowing who you spoke with, knowing you have access to this audience, you very quickly can just deploy a focus group or IDI to dig deeper. I'm here now on the member-facing side of our community just to demonstrate the ease of scheduling. So you can simply, as a researcher, you can pick time slots that work for you, let members come in and choose times at their convenience, and Research Engine takes care of the rest. Reminders, tech checks, all the setup work. It's completely streamlined to let the team focus on the conversation and the insights they need to extract. And of course, that comes with all of the bells and whistles of analytics, transcription, video editing, and highlight reels. Yeah, so really great stuff with our FC Live IDI solutions here, and we make it really simple to just schedule and deploy that methodology, which is typically very time consuming. And just switching gears a little bit into more of a kind of a text-based asynchronous qualitative project. A&F is also just a heavy user of our discussion board methodology. Think of this as a Reddit style asynchronous conversation that can leverage text, image, or video depending on the objective. Customers use discussion boards mostly to keep a pulse on trending topics, and it allows for members to engage with one another as well, which also further builds on not just the community aspect, but the ability to more organically surface insights. So far and away our most popular methodology in the platform. And on the analytics side, we leverage our qualitative reporting solution to unlock that intelligence. So we actually just released this first version to customer beta today. So really excited to share with you all, and a lot more to come with respect to functionality. But similar to our quantitative reporting solution, really focus on making it easy to gather and distill insights. Again, I'm here in a demo environment, and you'll see a lot of the kind of important pieces that enable the insights in the realm of qualitative research. So of course you're searching and filtering for keywords or particular mentions, all leveraging the power of our profiling engine, whether you're filtering by something or looking to search within. Data cleaning, just making it really easy to filter out responses that may have been off topic or relevant. Inline media, customers who do a lot of image or video research need an easy way to see those assets in line with the response. Tagging, a really simple user interface for coding open-ends. We have a lot more planned here that I'll get to in a bit, but the ability to reference any tag that you've previously applied or make a new one, quickly hit apply, and you kind of continue to work through your responses really quickly. And of course, sharing, just like we have with quantitative report, making it really easy to pull out and bring all of those responses, tags, videos, comments, user profiles, immediately share with a stakeholder and let them kind of double click wherever they see fit. Switch over to our AI summary here. Everyone's, of course, favorite topic in 2024. AI summaries were our first AI feature at Fuel Cycle, really primarily aimed to deliver that one-click insight generation experience. As you can imagine, we collect a ton of data in discussion boards. Customers are typically running at least one of these a week, collecting upwards of hundreds of responses. So again, very time consuming, especially if it's something that you're just trying to get a quick read on the side. It's not your primary research focus. We really wanted to focus on pulling out those key themes, and knowing that AI, again, does a great job at a first draft, we wanted to also make it easy to make a few tweaks before sharing it out or pulling it down and bringing it somewhere else for analysis. So, and I think that really covers a lot of what we aim to enable inside of our qualitative reporting. And I think, just to kind of close out and transition to where we're going next with AI for the second half of this year, I'm going to flip back over to my PowerPoint. Go. So I think, just to speak broadly before I specifically into this PowerPoint, there's two main focuses for us to enable more qual at scale. And the first one is kind of quantifying the qual. So a lot of the customer feedback we get is related to being more precise with those summaries. It's great that you create the themes, but what is the weight? What is the percent of mentions who back that claim? And the number two for us is, again, you'll see summaries in quant reporting as well, just to drive that consistent one-click to insight experience. But to focus more on really where we're trying to put a lot of our effort into is quantifying the qual. And this is what you all see here as a bit of a sneak peek for our upcoming initiative. We are really trying to increase the discoverability, ensure accurate citations and references to just solve for that quantification, so we can say with more certainty which theme is more relevant than another. You can bring your own tags, let AI do labeling, or you can go ahead and leave it much more open-ended to maximize the discoverability. So this will apply to any qualitative project, transcript, survey open-end. We are very much all in on AI here. We have a lot more planned to enable this iterative research process. And yeah, so stay tuned. And much more planned in the second half of this year. And I think that is a wrap for me. So I think I can now open it up to Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ken. Just as a reminder to our audience, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and drop them in that Q&A box. But to kick things off, beyond quant and qual capabilities in the platform, how else does FuelCycle help support the research lifecycle?
Yeah, so analytics is just the the last part of the project lifecycle, right? So being this kind of audience management solution, we really prioritize on just making it easy to configure that project. I mentioned in the IDI or focus group solution that we offer, continuing to just reduce that friction of scheduling, reminders, tech checks, worrying about this or that. All of those things are examples of reducing the friction to creating the project and reducing complexity in the build out.
We have a question here that says, it seems like a hands-on form, which is great, but do you offer a white glove service where I can outline my pressing questions and then you do the queries and I just get a report on the back end?
Absolutely. Yeah, I actually came from that white glove service team. Our research team is very skilled, adept in many different verticals. We do a lot of work with our customers who do want that white glove experience, and I think that most of our feedback from those customers is nothing but glowing reviews on the research that we help enable with you. So absolutely.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Thank you. Could you dive more into what quant methodologies your platform supports?
Yeah, so of course, we are, as I mentioned, kind of survey tool agnostic. So we have integrations with all of the leading survey providers, whether it's a Qualtrics, Alchemer, etc. We also have what we call a quick poll, which is more of a one question, quick response, feedback project type. And I think those are the main two that we have on the quantitative side. Yeah.
What kind of segmentation is possible in the platform?
Yeah, so I had alluded to our progressive profiling, and so that is, again, I really could have been the topic of this webinar too, but that is essentially our solution for building out those profiles of your members. So whether you get it from a CRM and you want to import it into our platform, or you collect any question on a member, all the way down to kind of the last time they logged in, the last time they participated, for cool down periods as well. Any data point that comes into our platform is fair game for your targeting. And we also have kind of a group building solution to complement it, which also lets you kind of layer on different components of that as well.
Awesome. And we've got one more question here. What kind of audiences can be recruited to quant and qual projects?
Yeah, so audience agnostic is really the positioning we try to take. So we have close integrations with panel partners. We also allow anyone to deploy a project with an email communication outside of the platform. So if you have an audience that you have access to and you need help deploying that project, we are there for you.
Awesome. And then to wrap things up today, Ken, could you share, if people are interested in getting in touch with you or the FuelCycle team, what would be the best way to do that?
Yeah, you can hit my email, or our website also has the ability for you to request a demo.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. This was a super great session, and to all of our attendees, thanks for tuning in to this session. We do have one more to wrap up today, so we'll see you over there.